¡Eh! ¿Qué miras?
I'm here now. I'm doing the best I can. Where are you now? Did your dreams come true? Here we go. Sparky! Sparky!
After Tekken 4 alienated the core fanbase with its slower, poke-centered gameplay, Namco decided to revert back to what made Tekken at its core the series it was, fast-paced combos, with its next title, Tekken 5. Tekken 5 is considered one of the best games in the series, with its emphasis on not only having a large roster, but upping the speed of the gameplay, and boy it pays off. Releasing in the arcades in November and December of 2004, and releasing on the PS2 in February of 2005, making it a 10th anniversary title at that, Tekken 5 is one of the most fondly remembered games in the series, even to this day. Now let's find out why as we take a look into Tekken 5. After the end of Tekken 4, where Jin flew away in his devil form after beating Kazuya and Heihachi, a whole league of Jack robots from G Corporation come in and attack the injured Heihachi and Kazuya, and the two team up to survive. However, unsurprisingly, Kazuya betrays Heihachi, leaving him to die with the self-destructing Jacks, causing Hanmaru to be destroyed. A mysterious character announces Heihachi's death, and sometime after, the King of Iron Fist Tournament 5 is announced. It's later revealed the man behind it is Jinpachi Mishima, the original leader of the Mishima Zaibatsu, Heihachi's father, Kazuya's grandfather, and Jin's great-grandfather. It's said that Jinpachi was imprisoned under Hanmaru nearly 50 years prior, due to Heihachi wanting to take the Mishima Zaibatsu for himself. Jinpachi eventually died of starvation, but a mysterious spirit granted him immortality. When Hanmaru was destroyed, the spirit released Jinpachi from his prison, but Jinpachi actually announced the tournament so someone could kill him to get rid of the evil spirit overtaking him, to avoid mass destruction of the world. Heihachi actually survived the attack and confronts Kazuya about the whole ordeal, but is knocked out by Kazuya, and after Kazuya is defeated by Jinpachi, Jin eventually defeats Jinpachi, releasing him from his curse as he turns to dust, and Jin is now granted the owner of the Mishima Zaibatsu. Tekken 5 reintroduced so many things or added new systems to make Tekken 5 extremely fun with its gameplay. On top of reintroducing the faster, juggling gameplay, infinite stages returned alongside walled stages, wall juggling was fixed so there were no infinites, a crushing system was introduced which made attack properties have invulnerability depending on if it was a high or low, let throw was reintroduced and the wall push move was given to Steve, long reach throws could be done by holding forward during the grab, giving them a longer reach but easier to break, and finally air throws were introduced which only made characters like King even more terrifying. In terms of the game modes returning, you've got the returning story mode, arcade, time attack, team battle, survival, and practice. Story mode also introduced Jinpachi Mishima as the final boss of the series. One of the cheapest and most unpredictable bosses I've ever faced in a fighting game that wasn't Alpha from Dead or Alive 4. Jinpachi can fire projectiles across the stage, which sure you can sidestep them, but how can you tell if he's going to fire one or two until it's too late? He has a mid-air grab that really hurts, a grab that can replenish his health, and a stun move that freezes you for a solid 3 seconds where he could do whatever he wanted. This battle is annoying. Even on the easiest difficulty, Jinpachi is just cheap and unfun to fight against.
Actually, Devil in Tekken 2 is way harder, and Angel in Tekken 6 is even harder than that, and also, Yusiko Shinakuma in Tekken 7
Shut it! Other than that, Tekken 5 also included Devil Within. This mode is a 3D beat-em-up similar to Tekken Force mode, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of this version. I don't like the movement, the combat feels really stilted and repetitive, the level design is really confusing, and especially the jumping control sucks. You want an example of why this mode is super flawed? Go watch Mayman Swee's montage of him playing it. Tekken 5 brought back a lot of old characters that weren't in Tekken 4. Jack, Anna, Beck, Bruce, Ganryu, Mokujin, and Wang make a return, and on top of that, new characters. Asuka Kazama, niece of Jun Kazama and cousin of Jin, who enters the tournament to find the one who ruined her family's dojo. Feng Wei, a ruthless martial artist who is hunting for a secret martial arts scroll to make him more powerful as a fighter. Raven, a ninja who enters to find out who opened the 5th Iron Fist tournament despite Heihachi's death. Roger Jr., the son of Roger, the kangaroo from Tekken 2, and Devil Jin, Jin Kazama's form with the Devil Gene. Tekken 5 also included the ranking system. By winning matches in arcade mode, you can rank up your fighter from beginner all the way to Tekken lore by winning matches. You also get gold for winning these, which can be used in the new customization mode. By using the gold, you can change the colors or cosmetics of the characters you play as, or even unlock additional costumes for a few characters. It's nowhere near as in-depth as it gets in later games, but this is simply an amazing starting point for one of Tekken's most well-known functions. And lastly, the music. The music is amazing as always. This is my favorite soundtrack in the series. Some of my favorites being the main theme titled Sparking,
Break out, everything day by day, freak out, anything step by step, live the sin, and let me know, live the sin. Break out, make my story, get down, they call history, my heartbeat, gonna beat faster, shout, 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 so.
The Unforgiven for the Urban Jungle, Crimson Sunset for City at Sunset, Massive Stunner for the Secret Garden, Streets for Acid Rain, and of course, you can't talk about Tekken 5 music without mentioning Moonlit Wilderness. Tekken 5 was a massive success, being the third most sold game in the franchise at 6 million copies, and it's not hard to see why. But there was one major flaw with this game: the balance. Mainly Steve, Devil Jin, and Kazuya, who had obnoxiously broken moves. So the following year, a more balanced and improved version was released for the PSP and PS3 called Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. This introduced 2 additional characters and brought back another. For the record, I don't own a PS3 as of now, so I'm instead recording the PSP version off of an emulator. New characters are Lily Rochefort, the daughter of the wealthy Rochefort Oil Company, who enters the tournament to rescue her father from the Zaibatsu, and Dragonov, a Russian military special forces member who is investigating a mysterious object in Japan and is sent to capture it. And the returning character is Armor King, this time taken over by a mysterious new masked donor after the original was killed in a bar brawl by Marduk in Tekken 4. Also in the PS3 version, Jinpachi Mishima becomes a playable character as well. Tekken 5 DR is no different than what Tekken 5 already did, but it still included new moves, new balance changes, and a few more changes as well. First is the network mode, which actually allowed you to do online matches with other players, which was pretty new at the time for the series. Tekken Dojo in the PSP version allowed you to fight through a series of fights to increase your rank. Gold Rush allowed you to gain money for landing as much damage as possible in the time limit. Training was changed to Command Attack, but functions the same as it did in Tekken 4. Tekken Bolt makes a return in the PSP version, and new is Command Training, which teaches you 25 key moves of each fighter, including some sample combos, which is a pretty nice feature. Customization still remains, as do the other modes, but the notable new things is new character colors for their costumes, new stage looks, and new music as well as new stages and music themselves. The new designs of the stages give them an entirely new feel. The Polar stage taking place around Aurora Borealis, the Skyscraper stage taking place by neon lights, the Chapel stage overtaken by snow, and so on. Some stages feel no different though, like the Garden, the Space Colony, and the Pirate Ship. But the new music? Oh my god, this is my second favorite soundtrack in the series, literally right behind Tekken 5 itself. The songs in this game are absolutely astounding. Garden of the Tiger, Call of the Inferno, Snow Castle, Elegance and Violence, Into Nirvana, and my favorite track in the game, Stalking Wolves. Also, the Tekken Bowl track has no business going as hard as it does. Tekken 5 and DR are seriously two well put together games and highly worthy of being called some of the best games in the series. Fantastic games that deserve the status they have. But the next game we'll be talking about will be a game that had an ugly competitive scene, but also had vast improvements and some of my favorite characters introduced. But we'll see that next time. I'm Payday, thank you so much for watching, and take care.